Hey guys, this is Gary from Gary's Place. Welcome to Gary's Place. This is Gary's Place. Just wanted to introduce this next video. Give you a little background of where I'm going here. So this content is pretty much the test prints that I do in getting everything set up, and of course, as usual, there's a little banter from me about all things considered with that. So I hope you like it. Let's get started.
Alright guys, so just wanted to go over with you real quick what I do when I set my printer up, the things that I think are important. Now, my biggest issue with this printer has always been retractions. So as you can see, I print out a lot of retraction towers. Now, this particular tower, I honestly have never gotten to print perfectly. It'll print perfectly all the way up until it gets to these tips, and then, you always get a little faltering at the top. Just some very, very light stringing. But again, I'm not printing these at full resolution. I think I usually do a 2.2, maybe I'll do a 2.0, but I usually don't ever go below that for layer heights. Now, just because I don't like waiting around. This printer, I've always had to turn up the retraction lengths, and I usually speed things up because, I don't know, I've just found that the quicker you do the retractions, the more suction it gets to suck the stuff back up, and you... Alright, sorry about that little camera issue. So, retractions, to me, are the most important. So obviously we start out with a nasty one and work our way up to a decent one. So main thing here is that with this printer, especially with the belt and tube, it's a little unpredictable how far you're going to have to retract, and honestly I keep moving my way towards 7 millimeters of retraction, and I usually do it as fast as Cure will do it, which I think it starts to go in the orange at 50 millimeters per second. So that's pretty much what I run mine at. One of these days I'll do a video on my settings, and we'll go from there. So next is a test cube. Now this goes for dimensional accuracy as well as the surface. Okay, and just as soon as I set this printer up the way I like it, you guys have seen that in the video. Getting proper cooling and replacing the extruder head. Once I get everything set up and then leveled and everything else, I usually I've actually been very happy with this printer because this one actually has been acting properly, and I think that's because it's not damaged like the last one they gave me. But the other thing that you need to make sure when you do these cubes is that you measure to find out that each dimensional size is the same. Okay, so x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, you want to make sure that they end up the same. And this particular cube that I have here is a 20 millimeter, and I think my caliper here is accurate to 0.1 millimeters, and I believe in all directions this was 20.1. Okay, so to me that's accurate within its tolerance, and my finish is quite nice. There's no ghosting or anything like that. Pretty decent top view there, so I'd say that one was definitely a success. And then this one's a new one for me. I know everyone goes crazy over these little benchies. This is the first one I've ever actually printed, and you can if you go on the Benchy's website, you know, they give you, you know, all the dimensions for what everything should be to make sure that you're printing at every proper dimension. You know, you want to make sure that the bottom you can very clearly and crisply read, you know, what they put down there. And, you know, again, I don't know if you guys can see this, but my main issue is always a touch of stringing. Now, I print in PETG mainly. I just find that PLA is just too weak, at least for my purposes for most prints. You know, if you're printing a nice solid piece, PLA is fine and it prints easily and you get, you know, a very nice finish quality. Okay, but I've actually found that I've enjoyed the surface quality of this PETG a lot better. You can see that it's got a nice sheen to it. It's nice and smooth. Yeah, you can see your layer lines, but you can with everything. But the thing about the PETG is, especially because you do this, you generally do it at a higher temperature. Like I set mine to 240, and you know, my bed's about 80. You know, to get a nice good stick to it. I don't generally use glue sticks. I don't generally find that it's needed with the heated bed. And it's very rare that I do any type of prep to the bed in order to make sure things stick properly. This Sunlu came with a borosilicate glass bed that's textured, and I find that you know, it works great it works exactly as it's intended. The texture gets a nice grip to your print, but doesn't really leave any noticeable surface issues on the bottom. And also too, it works very well because just as soon as the part is cooled, it literally just lets go of the bed completely. It's a very nice bed and it works very well, and I don't know why anybody would want to do anything different. But back to my stringing. Okay, PETG is always a little bit stringy due to the temperatures that you print this stuff at. But you know, just little minor hairs. You can barely see anything in that. You know, and honestly, I don't generally go any further down, or I'm sorry, I don't lengthen my my retractions any when I get down to this point, because to me, you're going to end up with problems if you go any further. So there's that. Dimensions were all perfect on that. I don't know if you can see the chimney there. Chimney's nice and round. Everything, all the detail is there. I mean, it's a very nice piece. Just in case anybody's ever wondering, my daughter took this and the first thing she said was, "Does it float?" And I said, "Oh, gee, I don't know. It doesn't float." Well, it does for a second, I guess, and then the water fills up and then it sinks. So wasn't really designed for that, but that's that. So that about does it for this video, guys. Just wanted to kind of go over what I do once I get the printer set up. You know, the tests that I run. You know, I've run all sorts of tests, but in all honesty, these are the importance. And again, this is my first time doing the Benchy, but it seems like it was a very great success. So I'm very happy with the way my printer's printing. And but anyways, thanks for stopping by, guys. You know, this is Gary's Place. I'm Gary. If you like the content, please subscribe below. And as always, you're always welcome at Gary's Place. Thank you.